Good morning, Maria. Good morning, Deb. Okay, we're going to do some face release to start. So,
which one?
Just sitting comfortably. If you have a stool or if you want to sit with legs crossed, whatever feels comfortable. We're getting the medium ones.
The medium. Okay.
Deb, I can't see your camera. Do you want to come and show your camera? Okay, we're going to start in the middle of our forehead here. And we're going to gently put pressure and try and breathe up into your forehead. So you're trying to expand the sinuses that are behind your forehead. Imagine that you're breathing in something delicious and you're really opening up the front of the face. And what you want to feel here as you do this is that you've just got pressure, a little bit of pressure on the bones. And we're just going to hold this and do slow breathing. Maria, I think one size up. It's these lotus ones.
Oh, sorry. I didn't have volume on.
That's all right. Just because they have these grippy things, so they stick a little bit better. Okay, and again. Deep breath in. How nice to see such a full class. I'm so excited. Okay. If you keep breathing and you think about really expanding the front of the face, opening up the sinuses, expanding the eyeballs back into the head, you should feel that your sinus cavities slowly open. All right, then we're going to come to the eyebrows. We're going to have two balls now, and we're going to go right in the middle of the eyebrow. And we're going to take a deep breath in. Now, in fact, I said sitting, but if you guys want to, you're more than welcome to lie down and just do this while you're lying on your back and have a little chill. We're starting off with a little bit of release and relaxation. And then we'll be working up to doing some exercises by the end. And again, every breath that you take, you want to feel like you're expanding the bones of the face, breathing in behind the cavities. Maria, I think you've got yours the wrong way up. There you go. So you want the ball to be pushing into your face, right? Okay, now we can very gently do little circles here. So we circle and drag the ball around like this. And you're not just making it skim over the skin. You're definitely pushing it into the tissue and imagining that you're stirring a big pot of porridge and it's quite thick. So you're going quite slowly and you're really dragging all the tissue that connects to the bones, circling. So as you come down, you feel how it affects all the way up the forehead. And as you pull up, you feel how it opens the whole eye socket. So we want to just focus on what's happening in the body. Notice the body experiences and encourage that. So as we come down, it's like frowning feeling. And as we go up, it's like surprised feeling, really opening the front of the face. Frowning feeling. Surprise. Okay, beautiful. Coming to the temples now. Just relax your elbows down so your arms don't get too fatigued. And as I said, if you want, you can lie down. Now with the temples as well, we put a little bit of pressure, okay? You're not pushing too hard, but you want to feel like when you do little circles here, you're really moving all the tissue all the way into the brain.
The sound isn't working.
Turn the sound on the TV. On the TV.
The sound bar or the...
On the TV.
Yeah, I do.
Sorry guys, keep circling your temples there. Let's go. Let's choose something on the foxtail, darling. Okay. Coming to the cheekbones. We're going to find really the rosy part of the cheeks would be. We're going to inhale. As we inhale, we take a deep breath in. We feel the front of the face expand. As you exhale, you just let your face feel like it's melting. Breathe in. Open the sinuses. Breathe out. Now again, you want to make sure here that you're not skimming over the skin, okay? You actually have anchored the Makarlu into the face. And so you're really stirring the tissue, sliding it over the bones. And again, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. And last one. Okay, place one hand on your lap with the Makarlu. The other one is going to go right in the divot between your nose and your cheekbone. Okay, so I don't know if you can all see me, but really in the groove between your nose. And then you're going to take a deep breath in. And breathe out. And this is just a constant pressure. So I'm sure many of you have seen skulls, and we have all these little sutures that go between the bones of the face and between the bones of the skull. And when we put this little bit of pressure, it's like we're just mobilizing and gliding to make sure that everything at the cranial pressure can move, that everything has nice space, because sometimes when we're stressed, everything becomes congested and the sinuses can become compressed. So it's really just about opening and expanding the skull in the same way that we would the whole rest of the body. Okay, and then changing sides. Let's swap hands just for a change. So again, finding a space between your cheekbone and your nose. But it's a feeling that you're almost trying to separate your nose or move it across your face like me. Melanie, you're welcome to lie down if you want. It's fine. You can lie on your back.
I was just getting on my rubber mat. That's all. I think my legs are open. I'm stretching my legs.
Okay, perfect. As long as you, I'm actually sitting on a stool. Whatever feels comfortable for now. We will get onto the floor and do some other things later. Breathing. If it feels tender, see if you're holding something. See if you can notice anything, and then try and just melt. So you're allowing things to move. Okay. Let's come to the jaw. And we're going to do, again, grabbing the tissue and do slow circles. So as we come down, it's like you have a yawning sensation. You can feel that the ear canals open. As we come up, it's a beautiful facelift feeling. As we come down, yawning. So I'd go a little bit slower, Deb, not too fast. Give the tissue a chance to find its stretch. As you drag the Makarlu down, really see if you can feel like your jaw can sag. Let go of tension. And again. Slow circles, releasing. Imagine your jaw could be really slack. Letting go of that tension. Okay, coming to the mid bone of the jaw. I think we're just going to hold this point, actually. It's not such an easy one to stir. Now we're just going to breathe. And release your chin. And breath in. And just feel like your teeth can loosen. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale, coming onto the pointy part of your chin. Now when we push here, we are going to do a little bit of a push, and what I want is for a very slight feeling of a backward glide that should affect all the way up to the joint of the jaw here. But it's not hard, okay? So you're not like really pushing, it's just like a bounce. Glide and release. Glide and release. Glide and release. Two more. And last one. Okay, beautiful. Coming underneath the jaw. Pushing, now just go softly here, okay? Because here are all your glands. If anybody's feeling unwell, you really don't want to push into glands. But if you're not, you're massaging where all the saliva glands and all your infection fighting glands are. So just giving a little bit of stimulation underneath the jaw. And what I'm doing here is I'm doing like a corkscrew. So I connect and twist. Connect and twist. Connect and twist. And then right underneath the chin as well. This one you can sweep back slightly, whatever feels comfortable. Then we're going to work from the chin out again. Just stimulating a part of the body that we don't often pay a lot of attention to. And coming up. Okay, we're going to go on to behind in the hairline now. Okay, so above your ear, where part of your jaw and chewing muscles attach. Oh, it's quite tender for me. But the scalp often holds a lot of tension. You know, we have our cerebrospinal fluid that goes around the brain and around the spinal cord, and it needs to drain through the lymphatic system that sits in the neck. So that's why when we're doing these neck massages, jaw massages, it's actually helping to keep all the fluid and everything moving in the body. It's very important for our body's well-being, but we often don't spend enough time doing it. Slowly circling back around the ear now. So we're going to keep going. And now I'm coming back a little bit behind my ear. And again, oh, it's quite tender on me today. Keep slowly working down the back of the head. And we're going to come all the way to the back of the neck. And we can just do, we're just doing up and down, like, well, side to side, giving us our neck, where the nerves come out, a little bit of a shivering sensation. So just waking up the back of the neck there. Okay, shake your hands out, let your hands have a little bit of a rest. We're going to go one more set through the face, okay? We'll just sit for a minute actually, let's just see how the face is feeling. All right, so what would you describe the sensation is after having done that first section of release?
Relax.
Relax through the face, yeah. A little bit more circulation. I feel like mine's a little bit more alive. We're going to go one more set, because I think with the second one, you really start to feel the bones moving a little bit more. Okay, starting in the middle of the forehead. And going for the slow circular drag again. This time we're going to add some breathing pattern, which I did do a little bit of with Carol. I think I've done some ages ago with Nikki and with Deb. All right, some of you have done it, some of you haven't, but we're going to take a breath in. 2, 3, breathe out. 2, 3, and then hold. 2, 3, 4. Breathe in. 2, 3. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4. Moving the Makarlu onto the eyebrows now. One on each eyebrow. Relaxed shoulders. Just leaning your hands into your face, and we carry on the breathing. Breathing in. 2, 3. Breathing out. 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4. Keep going with this breath pattern. I just want to say a little bit about it. If you're finding that breathing that slowly is very stressful, you can have your pause between your inhale and your exhale slightly less, but ultimately we should all be able to hold quite a long pause between the inhale and the exhale, because after the exhale and before the next inhale, because that is the buildup of the carbon dioxide. It's the tolerance for that exists in our body, which is really an important smooth muscle dilator. So it works on the heart system, the fascial system, the sinuses, the lungs. And in this time, we really want to have our lungs expanded and being able to work at the sort of most capacity that they can. Our arterial system nice and elastic. So after we've exhaled, our body has a natural reflex to breathe in when the carbon dioxide in our bloodstream builds up to a certain level. And we want to have good carbon dioxide tolerance. That means that you can endure the pause before you take your next inhale, because, yeah, as I said, it affects all those different systems. All right, so back onto the temples now, and we're going to carry on doing our slow breathing. Breathing in, 2, 3, breathing out, 2, 3, 4, and pause, 2, 3, 4, breathe in, 2, 3, breathe out, 2, 3, 4, and pause, 2, 3, 4, breathe in, 2, 3, breathe out, 2, 3, 4, and pause, 2, 3, 4. Coming onto the cheekbones, the rosy cheek position. Breathe in, 2, 3, breathe out, 2, 3, 4, and pause, and just enjoy the feeling of rest in the body. Breathe in, expand the bones in the front of the face. Breathe out, relax the tissue, and then pause and just enjoy the quiet space. Breathe in, 2, 3, breathe out, 2, 3, 4, and pause, 2, 3, 4, breathe in, breathe out, and pause. Okay, coming to the jaw. Circling, breathing in as we circle up. Breathing out as we release all the tissue. And pause, just hold. Breathe in, circle up. Breathe out. And pause, enjoy the space. Breathe in. As you breathe out, or as you drag the Makarlu down, really try and open the ear canal, feel the release all the way deep into the skull. And again, inhale and exhale. Nice. Okay, coming into the jawline, breathe in, breathe out. Pause. Breathe in. Breathe out. Pause. Breathe in. Breathe out. Pause. Let's come underneath the jaw to the glands. Gently massaging, as I said, not too much pressure. Breathe in. Breathe out. Pause. If you've done this with me before and you feel like this is quite easy for you, you're welcome to extend your pause even longer. When we practice our breathing technique and we're really slowing the breath rate down, we can practice getting up to a 40-second pause. Now, I'm not saying that we're going to do that today because this is not a breathing course, but the longer you can hold the pause for, the more your arterial system's going to dilate, the slower the heart's going to beat. The wider the lungs are going to breathe, the more relaxed the entire fascial system will be. And because the fascia wraps around each and every single nerve in the body, the more tension we have, or the more space we have through the fascial system, the more room we have for the nerves to move. And so slowing the breath rate down has multiple functions. Okay. We're going to just sit quietly actually for a minute and let's just see how our faces feel after all that expansion. And take a deep breath in. Really imagine you're smelling, as I said, something delicious, either coffee or roses, whatever your favorite. It's like you're opening your eyes, even though your eyes are closed, you're opening your eyes, flattening your ears back against the back of the head. Ironing out your wrinkles on your forehead and sliding them all the way back to the back of the head. So it's like the front of the face is expanded and open. And we're going to really listen carefully as if we're trying to hear a pin drop far away. Breathing in. Breathing out. Holding the pause until you actually feel that your diaphragm wants to kick and breathe. Then breathing out again. Waiting until your diaphragm really wants to breathe before you let the breath come in. Slowing your system down. Okay, good. How was that breathing for everybody?
Good.
Yeah?
Really?
Was it easy? Did you feel like you could hold your pause, or was that a challenge?
No, I can hold it.
Yeah.
One at a time. Let's go Carol first. Was that easy?
I broke up my pauses to about 6, yes.
About 6. Okay, perfect. Deb? How was your breathing, Deb? Did you find your...
Sorry. Yeah, good. I think it was, at the beginning it was shorter and then it got longer.
Okay. Maria?
Mine was the same as Deb's. I felt like it got longer at the end.
Longer at the end. Okay, Melanie?
It was very easy. I went much longer.
Great. I'm happy to hear that. Nikki?
Yeah, I'm at about 16 at the moment and really relaxed with that.
Okay, awesome. So, through this time, obviously we've all got different stress loads, different things going on in our lives, but every night, take time when you get into bed, slow your breath rate down, just have that moment to check in. All right, we're going to vigor things up a little bit now. So with your balls, we're going to really scrub the skull, okay? So really get the stimulation going. We're going to wake everything up. All the way to the top of the head, around the ears, around the back, waking up the nervous system, coming to the neck. Okay, we're going to put the little balls down. Oh, my hair's looking funky now. And I'm going to move this back, but let's see. Okay. Oh, can't see my head. Okay, and we're going to do a little bit of arching and curling. So I'm going to turn sideways. Now, Melanie, do you have a stool?
No.
You can do it.
I've got a chair. I know the stool.
No, that's fine. Okay, let's all sit on the floor and do it. It's good anyway. Good stretch for everything. Okay. So I'm out on my deck, so I'll be wearing my shoes because it's been raining. Okay, here we are. It's the only place I can get peace in my house. Okay, hands, legs crossed. If you want a cushion underneath your butt, if it's uncomfortable for you to sit like that, you can. We're going to breathe.
Sit on the mat.
You can sit on the stool, yeah, whatever. We're going to breathe in, we're going to broaden the collarbones. We're going to pull back with our hands, and you're going to lift your chest up to the ceiling. Then you're going to inhale, and then you're going to pull your belly button backwards, and you're going to try and really curl through your lower back without slumping the head too much. Then we're going to change. Breathing in, collarbones wide, push the chest up to the ceiling, and breathe out, curl back. And again, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, now we're going to speed this up. And then if you can go even faster. Carol, not for you because you're sitting on a stool, but just pumping the torso. So what are we doing here? We're working the lymphatic system. There's some really big lymphatic drainage systems that live inside the torso, and we're just going to get all the fluids of the body moving. Now we're going to turn to one knee, okay? You either hold here or here, whatever feels comfortable. We're going to do the same thing. Arch and curl, arch and curl, arch and curl, arch and curl. Pull your chest through. Same side. Beautiful. Sit still for a minute and just notice the spine. All right, interlacing your fingers. Palms are going to push up to the ceiling. You can let your bones hang. So your fingers are clasped quite tightly, and then you're going to let your elbows just hang to the side. So your bones feel like they're relaxed inside the fascial system. Breathing in, breathing out, polishing your halo. Inhale. Now to start with, we're just keeping the spine still. All right, we're just circling the arms. And it has an easy feeling as if you're swinging a lasso around your head. So not too much effort. And change. Breathe in, out, in, out. Now we're going to make the circle bigger. So we're going to swing the whole rib cage to the side. As your arms come back, you let your shoulders fall down the back of the spine. And circle and curl. And expand the heart. Side arch and curl. And inhale. Side arch. Curl one more time. And side arch and curl. Change direction. Inhale. Side arch. Curl. And inhale. Side arch. Breathing in. And take your hands out. And just sit for a moment. Breathe out and have a quiet moment, noticing the rest in the body. All right, fantastic. We're going to start doing some footwork now. So we're going to grab the tiniest balls. And we're going to put them down. We're going to stand on top of them. So coming up to standing. Like that. Okay, let me just come closer so I can show you where this is going to go. Right in the middle at the back of the heel. Okay. Okay, in the middle at the back. Standing on top of it. And we're going to do little circle, figure eight with the pelvis. Okay, turning, turning. That's funny. Looks like I've grown 2 feet. Go to the left heel. Maybe this video. If you don't like that movie, go for it. Ask Ruby to help you. All right, Danny, go. Good boy. All right, change direction. Circle the other way. Figure eight the other way, I mean. So here you should feel the lines of the fascial system tethering all the way up. You try and keep your knees straight as much as you can and rather weave the pelvis. Okay, then coming off, walking around a little bit, just noticing how your feet and all the way up the legs feel. And then we're going to come to the outside of the heel in the same line. So right at the back, but on the outside edge. And again, spiraling, figure eighting the pelvis. You have to come up with a name for this dance move. But for some people, the outside of the foot will not be very sore, and for some people, it'll be agony. It just depends on how your gait is and how your pelvis sits within that line. Change direction. I think it's important just to notice which points really kind of light your nervous system up, and those are the ones that you need to focus on. Okay, now we're going to just walk up and down a little bit again to feel how that affects you. Coming to the inside, so still in the same line, right along the back of the heel. Okay, and turning, spiraling. Still, we can practice our nice slow breathing here, so don't start holding your breath just because you've started moving a different part of the body. Slow breathing, increasing the pause. All right, walking up and down, see how that feels. Okay, so now we come right into the center of the heel bone. All right, so I'm not just in the soft part of the foot here, I'm right in the middle. And we're going to start in the middle.
Where?
Hold on, coming. Right in the middle of the heel. So before we come along the back line here, now we're going directly through the center, and then after that we're going to go in front. Okay. Another important thing to notice here is if you've got a lot more weight on one foot than the other, try and be balanced so that you're making your figure eights even. We're looking for symmetry in the body. If you're finding that you can't find symmetry, just see what you're holding in your pelvis and around your hip socket and see if you can release something with that. Change direction with the figure eight. Okay, coming off, having a little walk. That point for me really just seems to turn my glutes on. I don't know if it's the same for everybody else, but okay, so along the same line through the middle of the heel bone, we're now on the inside.
On the way?
On the inside point. Near
By your arch.
you're still going across this kind of midline, but now you're on the inside of the heel, and then after that we're going to go on the outside.
Okay.
Okay. And again, so this weaving and figurating of the pelvis is what we call flossing. And what it does is it releases the fascial line all the way up. So you can feel how when you weave, you get a different tensioning through the different lines as you move. So it is important to add some kind of movement to it. It makes it a more effective release. Okay, change direction. Ooh. That's hard to do. It's been raining so much, hasn't it? Every day.
Oh, we need some more up here.
Oh, do you? Still dry up?
Yeah, a little bit.
Keep breathing. Keep pausing. All right. Okay. Then move them outside. So now we're going to go still in the middle of the heel, but on the outside. Hazards of working at home.
Louise.
How old is he?
He's 3.
Oh, very cute.
Kiss. Mwah. Love you. Go and see Rubes. Ooh. Love you. Okay, come up for one cuddle, but then you've got to go. I'm still working. All right. I'm not at work. But see, look here. These people.
Hello.
See you. Okay. Movie, okay? I'll be back in 1 second, guys. Sorry. Can we change the movie? Because Baby James is not enjoying it. Watch the stick man. Just put the stick man on his iPad. Okay, sorry about that. All right, have a little wander, see how you feel. Okay, and now we only have one point in this front line, and that is right in front of the heel, okay? And this one really should help you feel like you're lifting your arch. Tender. All right, and standing in. Excellent. Yeah, good, Melanie. Okay, so as we're in this position here, because we are here, okay, you want to really make sure that you are balanced between the inside and the outside of the foot. So as you're standing here, you don't want to be like that or like that, okay? You're trying to keep the big toe and the baby toe knuckle with even pressure as we flow. Tender today. Four. Okay, and change. Change direction of the weave.
When you say weave, what do you mean by weave?
Weave the pelvis from side to side. Floss.
Like swaying.
Like sway, we're making a figure 8. So we're going forward with one hip, back with one hip, then transferring the weight, then we're changing which direction. So it's like, yeah, rolling around the entire fascial system. You could do a circle, you could do whatever. It doesn't really make a difference. As long as you're challenging and changing the way that the fascial system is having to relate to the balls. Let's change again, because this is a good spot. I can get that spend a little bit more time here. And then coming off. And just standing and seeing how that feels for you. Typically, that should make you feel like your arch really pops up, and that your heel can be grounded nicely on the floor. So it's what in gyro we call it the suction cup of the foot. It feels like you've got a little sucker, octopus sucker. And we're just going to play around with that now. So we're going to step from side to side, lifting one foot up and then the other, trying to find a clear line that goes down all the way through the bone of the foot. So you're not rolling through your foot. I don't want to see heel toe. I want to see flat foot, flat foot. And what you're trying to find for yourself is, notice that my toes are slightly up while I'm doing this. What you're trying to find for yourself is the pull up. So as you're lifting one foot off, it's like you're suction to the floor and then you're having to lift. You're really focusing on the connection of the arch, and you're trying to make it as smooth and gooey as possible. So we're working the entire fascial system. Now I can notice for myself that my right leg is working much better than my left leg. So then I have to think to myself, okay, what can I adjust up the chain? Do I need to slightly change the position of my pelvis? Do I need to change the way that my knee is articulating? What can I alter to make my one leg feel exactly like the other leg? Am I more on my heel? Am I more on the front of my foot? Can I feel my footprints even? Are my big toes and baby toes connected in the same way? Do I have even weight on the inside heel and outside heel? For me, it's more about what's happening with the pelvis and my pelvic position. If I can adjust my pelvis, turn it like a dial this way, I find more stability. But everybody will have their own pattern, and so it's just to notice what works for you. All right. We're actually going to keep the smaller little balls today. We're going to put them right here. And we're going to then try and lengthen the toes around them. So in our feet, we've been working a few different ways. I'm just going to come a bit closer to the screen here. We have 3 arches. We have one arch that goes on the inside. Then we have an arch that goes on the outside. And then we have a transverse arch that comes across the knuckles of the foot here. Mine is completely collapsed. I'm a very hypermobile person. I don't have a great transverse arch, but some people's is very perfect and pronounced. And that's what we're going to work on here. We're going to work on trying to get the baby toe and the big toe down and these knuckles up, as if we had a little arch across the front of the foot, okay? So we are long toes, trying to touch the toes down to the floor. If you can just push into the tips of the toes, lift the knuckle bones up off the ball, and then release. And we're going to do that again. We take the long toes down to the floor, lift the knuckle bones off, and release. Now, I'm not actually lifting my knuckle bones off the ball. However, I am trying to lighten the load and get my foot muscles all up here, all the muscles that go between the long bones of the foot. I feel like I'm really tightening them all. And then release. And again. What you'll notice is that I'm not crunching my toes. I'm not curling them like claws, okay? They're long. And up, and one more time. And up. All right. We're going to sit down and we're going to continue on with this theme of the feet. I'm just going to change my mat. Yeah. Angle down. Okay. Whether you're sitting on a stool or the floor, it doesn't make a difference. It's all the same. You can either have your ankle crossed on top of your knee, but we're now going to practice making a fist with the foot. Okay, so we are strengthening all of these arches that I was talking about. Okay, inside, outside. So you put your finger just here of the soft pad of your foot, and you try and crunch your toes and make the biggest fist that you can. What's important here is that I'm not crunching my toes and pointing, okay? My heel is still long. I'm crunching my toes, and my foot is as if I was standing. It's a flat foot, okay? Now, you have to watch yourself because I can't see all of your feet. But what I don't want is that the outside of the foot is winning and I can see the sole of your foot. No, the big toe and the baby toe have to be completely even. Okay, so if it was the outside, my foot would be doing that. If it was the big toe, my foot would be doing that. You've got to be in the middle. Big toe and baby toe are the same line. Heel is down. Okay, so it's almost as if you were, I don't know, one of those poor Chinese people who's having their toes tucked underneath their feet. It's got to be straight. And then you open, okay? And when you open, you can push your middle bone away from you. You can really pull your foot back and stretch your foot out, okay? And then we're going to go again. Crunch. Crunch your foot. Make a fist. Keep your heel long. Make sure you're not pointing. And then open. And one more time. Crunch. Make a fist with your foot. And then open. All right, change feet. So crunching. If you can't get your toes to move, then you can help them, push them. Really tell the body, this is the way we want to bend. We want to really make this fist happen, okay? Your heel's going to stay long. Then we're going to open the sole of the foot. Are you okay, Melanie?
I'm just going to the loo.
And crunch, crunch, crunch the toes. And open. And again, crunch the toes. And open. One last time. Crunch. And open. All right. I need you all to be sitting now with your legs out in front of you. So you're going to have to come off your chair, Carol. If you need to, if you find it great, you can get a bolster or a cushion so that your bottom's a little bit higher than your feet. That's fine. I don't mind. And we're going to practice pointing the feet without pointing the ankles. Moving through the arch, trying to keep the heels long for as long as possible, and then eventually let the ankle point, and we're going to try and touch the toes down to the floor. Okay, then we're going to peel the toes back, and then we're going to come back up. So just to reiterate, but obviously we can easily just by using the ankle, which doesn't use any of the foot muscles. It's really just only using the calf, but we are not wanting to do that. We are wanting to really articulate through the foot. Crunch your toes, okay? Make the fist with the foot. Get as much movement there as you can. Then really melt the arch. Okay, I'm just going to talk about that for a little bit. Maybe you could just all hold the soles of your feet. We're going to go up one more step, which I've done definitely with you, Nikki.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've done it with anybody else. Okay. So here, let's just do a little bit of self-massage. Behind the shin bone, we have some ligaments that come behind the ankle. So we're just going to give them a little bit of a massage. And as we drag down, we're going to flex the heel. Then we're going to keep our hands on them. And then we're going to point and we're going to drag our thumbs up. And we're going to flex and we're going to push down. And then we're going to point and we're going to pull up. And again, flex, push down, point. Okay. Now, these ligaments, they come down here and they feed into the arch of the foot. And the arch of the foot, apart from the muscles, has a big sheet of connective tissue, which should be able to melt to help your foot to point. Okay. Now, we have to be very sensitive when we're finding this. So you hold on to your foot if you can. I want you to try and feel that your arch is going to melt away from your hand. So you soften your foot. Okay. Now, once you've got that soft feeling, so that you can feel that this tissue is a little bit sagging, it's not like rock and gripping, you're going to try and lengthen your toes and encourage that feeling into a point. Okay, so we're just going to softly work through the foot, and then we're going to open. So this should feel more like melting, not so much like massive effort. We did some massive effort just now. Now we're kind of feeling that the foot is jumping over our hand, melting down to the floor, and then come back up. Okay, let's do the other side. We're going to do the same thing. Turn around. So just releasing through the back. I don't know who that is, but that goes away. Reaching the heel down. And then point as you drag your foot up. And again, flex and reach. And point and up. And again, flex and reach. It's okay. And point and up. One more time. Reach. And point. Okay, trying to hold on to the sole of the foot now. We're going to, again, try and soften the arch. Melt the arch up as you curl the toes over. And keep it softening. Oh, it's a lot harder for me on this side. So what I'm feeling on this side is that as I'm trying to point my foot, I can feel the diaphragm, which is the big fascial connection on the sole of the foot. On this side, really wants to tighten, tighten, tighten at every stage as I'm trying to point. So I'm actually going to assist my foot melt, and then I'm going to open it up, all right? So if our body doesn't understand how to do something, by gently touching it and assisting it, it slowly learns, oh, okay, I don't really need to hold that gripping pattern. I can actually move without it. So we just want to re-educate the foot. Slowly melt around my hand. Pointing and then opening. One more time. Softening and melting the bones. And then opening. Okay, so now both feet. We're going to soften, feel that the arches of the diaphragm are melting up towards you. Lengthen the toes over. And then slowly, slowly reach down towards the water. And then when you come up, you're going to peel your toes back. And you're going to lengthen your heels out. And you're going to really feel that the whole leg is lengthening towards the foot. We've got rabbits, we've got babies. And again, point. And melt the foot. Okay, now what I want you to notice here, what I'm not doing as I'm pointing, actually I'm going to pull this up so you can see. I don't want to see that as you point, your knee is doing work, okay? Can you see sometimes, especially when we flex, I notice that people's knees pop up, which shows me that the hamstring's trying to help them with the flex. No, this should be dead still. All that we are working is the foot, okay? Especially as we lengthen here. We are reaching through the back of the body. We are sliding the base of the heel out. The knees stay long. Then curl the toes. Feel the diaphragm of the arch of the foot melt up. Soften your foot down towards the floor. You do a lot with the foot before the heel starts to get involved. Eventually the heel does get involved, and then we can point all the way. Work hard at the end and really try and touch your toes to the floor. Crunch your arch. Then peel it open. If you're like me, you get a little bit of a cramp at the end of the range there. That's all right. That's just part of the strengthening process. Slide the heels out. See here how my heels are now hovering off the floor. I can get my hand underneath there. That's because I'm really trying to lengthen the back line of the leg, okay? Then crunch the toes. Melt the arch. Melt the arch. Keep melting the arch to encourage your point, okay? So we're not muscling it from the calf. We're really working through the line of the foot all the way down and point. Lengthen the toes out. Peel. Getting some nice cramps there, Nikki.
Yep.
Curl the toes. Soften the arch of the foot. Soften, 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 soften. Keep softening the arch and reach all the way down. All right. We're going to do a little bit more release work with the small balls all the way up and down the shins. Okay. And then we're going to try that one more time. Oh, shit. It's already 9 o'clock. So much fun in this class. I didn't realize the time. Okay, we're going to do 5 minutes more. Is that all right?
Yeah. Perfect.
One goes underneath. I think I did do this with you once, Melanie. You have to just maneuver yourself into position. Okay, so one is going to go along this muscle that sits on the outside of the shin bone. Okay. The other one goes along the divot on the inside of the shin bone. And you put weight, okay? I'm really leaning my weight forwards here onto this, okay? And then I'm gonna point and flex. So we keep carrying on that theme of flexing. Jeez, I hope you all can't see how hairy my legs are. In lockdown, I haven't been shaving regularly and suddenly I'm doing a close-up of my leg. Anyway, next time.
I could have a plait fest with mine at the moment.
I know beauty regimes go a little bit out the window when you're in lockdown.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, kind of feels painful but satisfying. Now we're going to move down one more. Okay? And in here. Pointing and flexing. So we've got to keep this theme of flossing the tissue. Remembering that the fascial system's main job is to assist the muscles and the bones to slide past each other. And also the elastic nature of it, the sort of rebound ability. So when we are flossing, we're asking it to release with that sliding feeling. Okay, let's move down one more. And point and flex. For some people it gets more painful the lower we get. If that's you, when we finish this video, you can just spend a little bit more time doing this. Hi. And then move down the last little bit. Yeah, you can stand on these here. Point and flex. Okay, changing legs. Actually, let's do a quick point and flex here just to feel the difference. Change sides. Okay, so quite high up, as high as you can towards your knee. Really behind that, in that belly of the muscle. And then pointing and flexing.
Yes, that one goes.
My kids have joined the party. They're out of school, but they're here. Okay, don't do that. All right, let's move down one more. Go, let go of my t-shirt. Okay, balance and clean. Just walk on those to give your feet a nice massage. All right, moving again. Don't do that. All right, we've got one more spot to go. Keep the pointing and flexing going. Last one. Point and flex. All right, hop off the. Beep, beep. Okay, sitting with legs out again. We're just going to have one more turn at really softening the toes, melting the foot, slowly trying to get the arch to melt up towards you. At the same time, you can also add now an energy between the bones. So it's like the bones are trying to yearn for each other. We can suddenly feel the VMO turn on inside of the knee, all the way up to the inner thigh and the pelvic floor. Reach, reach, reach. Then we're going to push the heels out, lengthen. Again, keep the frisson, the energy between the bones. Then again, curling the toes, melting the arch. Slowly pushing down. And again, reaching the heels up. Just 1 minute, 1 minute. Opening out. And stop. All right. Whoops. Beautiful job, guys. That's it for today. The children have recorded. But,
Thank you.
Thanks, Caro.
How
right.
do I pay you?
I'll message you, Melanie. I'll message you.
Okay, thanks.
Okay.
Thanks. See you next time.
Okay, if anybody wants to see Scarlett, she's going to do a demo. Quick, go.
Oh, right.
Okay, you have to. Don't feel obliged. She's got these new, we've got some yoga straps strapped up, anything to keep the children entertained. So now she's doing silks.
Nice.
I'd like some of those.
It's called all the yoga straps and tools from the studio are now hanging up in my garden.
Yeah, they're fun, aren't they?
Beautiful. Woo!
Oh, woo, well done.
Wow.
Bye.
See you soon.
Mom.
Bye.